and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Well, hello there. I'm still chewing. I forgot. I took a bite just before this started. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet. I'm down here, if you're wondering. And welcome to the P-Dog Knight channel on this 6th of March, 2024. And a lot of news about Super Tuesday. There's a whole lot going on, a lot to talk about. Lots of people commenting on shit, whatever. So we're going to talk about that today and just some various side peripheral things, different people who won stuff, and just some trending topics, as we always do. But that's about it. I don't have any great words of wisdom this morning to start the show with. So how about if we just get into it? Because I'm late, and as usual on these weekdays when I work and I get off work late, and here I am, the one that you love, asking for another day. So. Here, hang on a second. Excuse me. I do have my cup of reparations. This is in the happy 1000th episode cup, which was about 250 episodes ago. My daughter made me the cup, and I got my cup of reparations. And I'm ready to go. I guess, I wish I had more stuff to say, like about what's going. There's just a lot. There's so much. By the way, bye, Nikki. As you know, Nikki dropped out, but we'll get to that. Anyway, let's say hi. First in chat on Rumble, Mr. Avocados Diablo gets the bell. Also, good morning, Jimmy Das Hotep, Mike Savage, Blarg, also, Resolute Germ on Rumble today. Nice to see you over there. And if you're watching a Rumble, make sure you say hi, even if you're mainly watching the show on YouTube. 14 people watching on Rumble today. That's that might be close to a new record. So put a little high in the chat. I know what it is. I made these. I had these ciabatta rolls, and I put some butter and some honey on them. And I was like, "What is this sticky mess on my hand?" Hello, and Diesel Dick's in the house. What is the Cash App? The Cash App is $$ P-Dog Knight, just with no punctuation. Just like everything I do is P-Dog Knight, either at P-Dog Knight or $ P-Dog Knight, however you want to do it. So yeah, I appreciate that. So the, let's see, what do we got here? And good morning, Diesel Dick. On YouTube, first in the chat is also Avocados Diablo gets the bell, although my chat kind of jumped or something like that. Wait, is it P-Dog Knight? I don't even know. I really don't use Cash App very often. Let me see. I think it's P-Dog Knight. Let's see. Look at my profile. Me. Yeah. $ P-Dog Knight with no punctuation, just as it's spelled on the internet. Okay. Also, good morning. Now, the rest are not going to be in order because this thing jumped. Good morning, Zed the Snarky, Mike Savage, Blarg. I said Avocados. Somnambul Nation, Lord Stanhope, Sure You Gospel, Bishop's in the house. Please no Nikki Haley talking. No, it'll be brief because it's over. Lord Stanhope, what up? Good morning. Another guy, V. Hello, Kara Soldier, JB's in the house. Let's see. My favorite Canadian Jaeger pony is here. Who else? There's more than that, isn't there? Yeah, Judafine is here. Hi, Judafine. Welcome back. That's and Bookworm Addict right now, and GDSOB. So people are slowly trickling in. Normally I would rattle on a little longer just to let people trickle in. But that's okay. You don't have to. Just here's what you got to do. Okay. Do me a favor. This show is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Here, I'll put myself on the screen again. The Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please hit the like button, share the stream if you haven't done so already. Several of you have. And if you want to sponsor the show, pdognight.live is good. That's a great 24 hours a day. You could also do YouTube Super Chats or Rumble Rants, Venmo, Cash App. I don't know if I do. Do I have a PayPal one? Yeah, sort of. If you're going to do PayPal, you might as well just go to pdognight.live. So And actually, if you at PDogNight.live, you could do credit cards. Why is there a Superstar sponsor today? I have no sponsors today. I did not reset that yesterday. That was dumb. There, fix that. Maybe, eventually. There we go. All right, there. Now, there is no Superstar sponsor today because no one sponsored the show yet. Yeah, the snow Mexicans. You talk about Canadians? Oh, yeah, you are. I see it up there. There you go. Snow Mex. That's funny. That's funny. So, why is this so far behind, too? That's weird. Okay, so anyway. All right, quick couple thank yous to the people who have tweeted out the show. Thank you, Somnambul Nation and Jimmy Das Hotep, who I am reposting right now. Also, thank you to the people who reposted me. Would be Jimmy Das Hotep, Scribe Light, Dog Thrapple, another guy V, and Tyler F. And really, if you want to do that, that's just as good as putting it out there yourself. In fact, here, I'll give you a link. I'll drop it in both chats. Here's if you want to go to the X link, if you're on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, you can just click that and then repost it, or you can share the show just directly by sharing the link to the show. The arrow in the below the screen here somewhere on YouTube. How does it work on Rumble? Is there just a share arrow? Oh yes, there is a little share box there. You can share the stream however you want to. So if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, also the other thing too, I want to make sure you guys do, if you're not already. And I don't do a lot of exclusive content on Locals, but Locals will send you notifications when I send something. They'll send it to your email or however you want it set up. Follow me on Locals, and it's in the links every day. It's the first link in the links. If you want to sponsor the show through Locals, you can do that too, but you don't have to. But if you follow me on Locals, at least you'll always get a notification. And you will also get, if something happens on YouTube and you're not sure, well, he's not here today. He's not here a couple days in a row. Uh-oh, did he get yeeted from YouTube? That's the best place, because I'm not going to get yeeted from there. Okay, that's my own spot. So if you follow me there, you will get the notification. Good morning, Asmati, too. Nice to see you. And there's the fist, and yeah, there's that thing. So anyway, make sure you follow me on Locals, too. All right, let's get into today's show, because there's a lot to talk about. First of all, happy Hump Day, everybody. Hump Day is upon us. And what's interesting, though, Hump Day itself, the words Hump Day, is not trending today. Now, usually Happy Hump is trending. So, be happy and hump as much as you can. But Hump Day is not on the list. Oh, why is Clay? Wait a minute. Suddenly Clay is trending number one. Who is Clay? And MREs are trending now. Face ID is trending. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of new stuff trending that I didn't have before. Let me find out. There's a new thing trending right now. Let me see what Clay is. I'm going to see if it's something important. It's trending number one, though. Is it because, this is about some reality show? You got to be kidding me. People talk about a reality show, and that shit's trending number one. Okay, never mind. Don't care. Do not care. Don't care. Sorry. All right. So Hump Day, Happy Hump is trending, and that's interesting. Oh, I see. People are talking about Dementia Don. Pay up. Pay up what? You ain't getting nothing from Donald Trump. That whole New York shit's going to go away. Anyway, I'm not even going to put the topic on here. Let's move on. Remember the Alamo's trending. On this day in 1836, Mexican troops under General Santa Anna launched a fierce final assault on the Alamo that resulted in all 189 of the defenders being killed in battle or executed immediately thereafter. That's 188 years ago, the Alamo fell and a battle cry was born, remember the Alamo. So that's famous in Texas history, right? Oh, why are we, E.G. and Carroll? Oh, yeah, that's a whole nother story too. Oh man. Yeah, she was tweeting yesterday something about Trump owing her money. And if you've ever read her story in Vanity Fair, I know I did that on here once, maybe I'll do it again sometime. But if you ever read the account that she gave of her ordeal with Donald Trump, you would know pretty quickly basically just the logistics of what she said, that what she said was physically impossible. And I don't want to get too much into what people's anatomy are because I really don't care. But her account would require Donald Trump to have a very, well, just massive, long thing. Because, well, anyone who's had tried to have consensual sexual relations while the woman was wearing leggings or tights or things like that, you know what I'm talking about. And you just got to read it. You got to read it and think about what she says and how it's physically impossible. Randy Monkey's in the house. What's up, my brother? My brother Monkey's in the house.
Your life makes me sad.
How you doing, Monk? Well, your life doesn't make me sad, but I just did that in honor of you, of course. All right, let's move on. So the Alamo's trending, big deal. Jewish space lasers is trending. Now, remember when... I don't even remember what the context of what Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying about Jewish space lasers. But apparently some reporter from the BBC decided to ask her about it. And she just like, well, here, let's just watch it. Because she tells this woman to do the proper thing. Actually, she gave kind of a good answer for this question. So I want to make sure you see the answer that Marjorie Taylor Greene gave about this question. And here we go.
Trump is closer to picking his VP and...
Okay, so the question started out about, Jewish space lasers. Yes, I said Jewish space lasers. There's a meme about Marjorie Taylor Greene saying something about Jewish space lasers. I don't know why that happened, but it did. Tyre Alexander's in the house. Mr. Tyre Alexander, the gentleman ledge. Okay, and also Sheagrath. Hi, brother. How you doing, Sheagrath? Sheagrath, it's nice to have you back, and Anna Lynn's nice to have you all here. Okay, Jewish space lasers. Yes, I did say Jewish space lasers. Here's the question.
Trump is closer to picking his VP, and should you be on that list? Oh, yeah.
Should you ask her if she should be on the list for vice presidential candidates? Now, I don't know any Republican who actually wants her as the vice presidential candidate, but I'm not sure why they asked. Hello, unacceptable views. Okay, here, let's hear her answer. She has a great answer.
That's the question everyone asks. And no, I don't think Nikki Haley should be on the list.
Oh, she was talking about Nikki Haley? Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene thought she said Nikki Haley. I want to listen to the question again. She said, I thought the reporter said, should you be on the list?
Trump is closer to picking his VP, and should you be on that list?
Should you be on that list? She was talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, not Nikki Haley, but obviously Marjorie Taylor Greene misheard her.
That's the question everyone asks. And no, I don't think Nikki Haley should be on the list. But of course, President Trump will choose who he wants for VP.
Would you like to be on that list?
He's got a long list. I support President Trump in any way he'd ask me. But I can assure you it won't be Nikki
Okay, here it
Haley.
comes.
And can you tell me why so many people that support Donald Trump love conspiracy theories, including yourself? He seems to attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
Well, let me tell you, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the left and the media spreads more conspiracy theories. We like the truth. We like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. So
what about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that?
Thanks. Thank you very much.
There we go. So that's why Jewish space lasers is trending. I know you were wondering. I know you were enthralled by that just enthralling interview by whoever that is from some Jew. I don't know where they're from. But yeah, she said, why don't you just go fuck off? And I got to tell you, let me tell you something. I concur. It was unnecessary. Yes, it was unnecessary. And so there you go. All right, moving on. Also trending right now is Powell, not Sidney Powell, not Adam Powell, but apparently Jerome Powell. What does he do? He's some guy. Jerome Powell, Fed Chair Jerome Powell, is speaking at 10 o'clock on Capitol Hill. Market says there's a 72% chance of a rate cut in June. I don't think they're ready for a rate cut if you really pay attention to what's going on. But people are hoping that there'll be a rate cut in June. And this person says, I've been wrong before, but I don't think this time. Genevieve says 0.1% chance. Market says 72% chance. I don't think there will be. Inflation has taken a little, it took a little sabbatical, at least as far as growing or shrinking, but now it's back up again. So I doubt if they'll do it. But anyway, There's an account called Not Jerome Powell, though, here that is that I just noticed. 1960s, they said the oil will be gone in 10 years. The 1970s, they said another ice age in 10 years. The 1980s, acid rain will destroy all crops in 10 years. 1990s, the ozone layer will be gone in 10 years. 2000, the ice caps will be gone in 10 years. And in 2010s, global warming will destroy the earth in 10 years. None of it's happened, but all resulted in more taxes. Wake up. Yes, I concur. That is a good sentiment by the parody account, Not Jerome Powell. So anyway, summary of Fed Chair's testimony from this morning. Oh, he's already testified. Don't expect rate cuts until more confidence. Inflation is moving sustainably to 2%. Inflation has improved, but still above 2% long-term target. No, it's far above that target. They of course, that's why they're not going to lower rates. And then there are risks to cutting interest rates too early or too late. Okay, whatever. All right, moving on. Ashley Merchant is trending because she's testifying in the Fannie Willis misconduct hearing down in Georgia right now. Several people are streaming that. Robert Gouveia, Viva Fry, Good Logic, all some of the internet YouTube lawyer types peoples, and they all do a good job covering that stuff. I highly recommend you go back and watch their coverage of it. Put it on 1.5 or 1 3/4 times speed, and you can get through those things all the time a lot faster. That's the way I do a lot of my shows. That's how I listen to Ranting Monkey at 1.5 times speed when I'm working early in the morning. So there you go. And I highly suggest you go subscribe to Scribe Light and Ranting Monkey, who are both in the chat right now. Nice to see you guys. Let's see. Next is falsely. Now the word falsely is trending. Now everybody's, since we're really into misinformation, disinformation, whatever, a lot of these people like to talk. Everyone likes to use the word falsely now. Falsely accused of someone of this, or falsely made the comment that is false or whatever. So there's several people talking falsely. There's a few of them on here. So let's try it. Let's just go through 2 or 3 of these because it's curious. For example, this proud elephant person here says Joy Reid goes on an unhinged rant, falsely claiming that Republicans are voting to kick black people out of colleges. Oh my God! I don't do this. I do this blind when I do the trending topics. I figure we'll scroll to something that's interesting. I gotta hear this. Is this real? You gotta be kidding me. Hang on. Let me put it on the screen so it fits properly. Here we go. Joy Reid and her some hair she stole from a white woman. Here we go.
They're voting on race. They're voting on this idea of an invasion of brown people over the border.
No, not an invasion of brown people. An invasion of people who aren't coming here legally. I love my Hispanic brothers and sisters. I love my black brothers and sisters. I love my white brothers and sisters. I love my Asian brothers and sisters. But the ones I love are the ones that are here legally and probably didn't come from a Venezuelan prison. That's the problem, okay? And they're not, we don't need to import any more criminals. We have enough of our own killing and, murder and stealing and whatever. I don't need any more imported criminals, okay? And they're not that they're all criminals. Some of these people are very fine people, just like Donald Trump would say. But that's not it, Joy. It has nothing to do with the fact that brown people. You think the people in the South Bronx are pissed off because all those illegal aliens they're housing up in the hotels and spending $4,000 on each one of them cares that they're brown? No. Their black people said, no, we don't want these illegal people coming in here and getting free shit when you never give us free shit. Because they want our own free shit and you're giving them our free shit. Or just shit that's not free that we can't afford to give them anyway. So there. Yes, Monkey, if you have a good tan, and if I have a tan, am I a brown person? Well, of course, Monk, but you're a monkey, so monkeys are tend to be brown anyway, and you grew up around black people, so, I understand. Okay, look, my head hurts. I believe, how many seconds? I've gone 5 seconds into this 1 minute video. If I have to stop every 5 seconds, my head's going to explode. Let's see what, let's see. Good morning, Patio Furniture. Hello, my dear. And TC's in the house. Nice to see. And okay, so those are the people I haven't seen yet. Okay, let me try to get through more than another 5 seconds of this. Holy shit.
The idea that they can't get whatever job they want, a black person got it, therefore drive all the blacks.
Hello, Jeff Overton. What? Wait a minute. I got to start this over just to hear this whole sentence in one sentence.
They're voting on race. They're voting on this idea of an invasion of brown people over the border. The idea that they can't get whatever job they want, a black person got it, therefore drive all the blacks out of the colleges, get rid of DEI. That is what they're voting on. They're just voting.
I'm just looking for a wall to slam my head against. To get all the black people out of the colleges. What the ever-living fuck are you talking about, woman?
Voting specifically on racial animus at this stage. It isn't about economics.
No, which is why Trump killed the immigration bill.
Correct.
That's why. And because...
No, Jen, the immigration bill sucked. I'm going to come back. I can't do it. Falsely. Okay, yeah, falsely claiming that Republicans are voting to kick black people out of colleges. That's some logical shit right there. Holy shit. Anyway, Brandon Friedman says every major U.S. defense contractor is falsely accusing the commander-in-chief of treason. Oh, yeah, this is one of those people who don't like Elon Musk. Treason, indeed, ushering in vast numbers of illegals is why Secretary Mayorkas was impeached by the House. They're importing voters. This is why groups on the far left fight so hard to stop voter ID requirements under the absurd guise of protecting the right to vote. So anyway, he thinks that's false. I don't know, man. It's like you bring in 10 million people. You let 10 million people come into the House. And then you say, oh, well, we don't want voter IDs laws, but we're going to give you driver's licenses. And most of these places that give them free driver's license have automatic, like in Minnesota, for example, they want to give the illegal aliens, you don't have to be a citizen to get a driver's license, right? You don't have to be documented to get a driver's license. But you know what they do in Minnesota? When you get a driver's license, you're automatically registered to vote. That's where I live. I know it happens. So now, how do they distinguish whether or not you're one of those undocumented aliens when you get your driver's license in Minnesota and then you go to vote, even if you did need an ID, which like they check them in my precinct, but they don't check them everywhere. Then how do they determine whether or not you're eligible to vote? Ilhan Omar lives in a district full of refugees. Somehow they keep voting her ass in. Holy shit. Good morning, you're a ridiculous lunatic. How you doing? All right. Then the other one. Oh, Brian Krasenstein. Here's the Daily Krasenstein. I'll have to do it in a Krasenstein voice. As Trump falsely suggested last night at Mar-a-Lago that his campaign is the finest campaign ever run, just a reminder, if you are donating to the Trump campaign, you are donating to a man who was found liable of fraud, had his company convicted of criminal fraud, was found liable of sexual assault, is currently indicted in 91 felony counts across 4 separate and independent criminal trials. Yeah, real independent, right? And was found to have profited millions of dollars from his presidency. Who found that? Found to have profited millions of dollars from his presidency. Someone tell me the stat. I'm pretty sure Donald Trump is the first president probably in the last century or ever maybe whose net worth went down when he was the president. What do you mean profited from his presidency? You can all tweet to me that I'm ignorant, but you might want to do some self-reflection on this one. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Watch. Here, I'm a help. Okay, you're ignorant. Mission complete. And I'm gonna put here. Watch. Is this what you meant? Okay, you're ignorant. There you go. Happy Daily Krasenstein. Okay, enough of this jackhole. Next on the list of things that are trending is treason. And again, that's because Elon Musk said that. So lots of people are mad about him saying that. Adam Kinzinger, the ex-congressman from Purgatory, says one of the largest U.S. And this must be the talking point of the day. Because he says this too. One of the largest U.S. government contractors just accused the President of the United States of treason. Seems newsworthy. Hey, guess what? Because SpaceX just, do you know that SpaceX, about 60% of the flights that go to the International Space Station with U.S. astronauts have been, in the last 3 years, have been SpaceX flights? Did you know that? So yeah, if you want your astronauts back and forth from the space station, or at least to get there, maybe you should just shut the fuck up there, Adam. But you're not in government anyway, so nobody gives a shit about you, you piece of shit. Kurt Schlichter, who else is this? Oh, memo accusing people of treason is bad today. Oh, see, yes, it's bad today to accuse somebody of treason, but not, when you accuse Trump of treason constantly. But Brandon Freeman, that's the one we just saw. A major U.S. defense contractor. It's the talking point. It's so funny how they all say the same shit. Mehdi Hasan. Oh, Democratic Party leaders continue to coddle Elon Musk while Elon Musk literally accuses them of treason and spreads far-right conspiracy. Tell you everything about the inability of top Dems to fight, to spar, to stand up for themselves. Oh, shut the fuck, Mehdi. You're a bitch. All right. I'm just how professional of me, right? Mehdi Hasan, you're a bitch. Okay, moving on. Let's start talking about Super Tuesday. Now, Nikki Haley, who was trending #1 this morning, because Nikki Haley, breaking news as of about 4 hours ago, she quit the Republican presidential nominee race after her Super Tuesday drubbing. According to Piers Morgan, Donald Trump wins, cementing an incredible comeback against seemingly insurmountable odds. Yes, the primaries in Super Tuesday went heavily in favor of Trump. I think Nikki Haley actually did win one primary. I think it's Vermont, where they have crossover voting, so I'm sure a bunch of Democrats came out to vote for her. But let's look at some of the stories. This is from Daily Caller. Nikki Haley takes one state, but Trump romps in the rest as Super Tuesday results roll in. Former President Donald Trump racked up wins across the country after voters took to the polls in more than a dozen Super Tuesday states, with hundreds of delegates up for grabs, while former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley pulled out a narrow upset victory in the Vermont primary. Again, in Vermont, they do open primaries, so I'm pretty sure plenty of Democrats crossed over, because why vote for Joe Biden when he's going to win those nominations anyway? Trump won Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Maine, Alabama, Massachusetts, Texas, Arkansas, Colorado, Minnesota, California, Alaska, and Utah. Oh, Colorado. He was on the ballot in Colorado. I thought oh yeah, that's right, the Supreme Court and shit. Okay, so anyway, Trump, they call it Super Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one. A really big one, super big. It's big and it's special and it's really big. He said in a speech following his victories, and they tell me, the pundits and otherwise, that there's never been one like this. There's never been anything so conclusive. This was an amazing, amazing night, an amazing day. It's been an incredible period of time in our country's history. It's been sad in so many ways, but I think it's going to be inspiring, because we're going to do something that, frankly, nobody's been able to do for a long time. Yes, that's typical Trump rambling. Anyway, so he basically stopped Nikki Haley, and Nikki Haley is now dropping out. And again, in PJ Media, it's Trumpapalooza. The states where Trump won were blowouts. He garnered anywhere from 60.5% in Massachusetts to 83.7% in Alabama. Now, we're still waiting for Utah and Alaska to report. Wait, what time was this? This was yesterday at 11:31 p.m. So we haven't seen Utah and Alaska yet. But he takes 1,215 delegates, or it takes 1,215 delegates to win the Republican nomination. Trump has currently 724 to Haley's 57. Trump is expected to clinch next Tuesday when Arizona, Florida, Illinois, Kansas, and Ohio vote. Now, President Joe Biden clinched or he's clinching so he doesn't poop his pants. Alabama, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Vermont, Utah, and Virginia. Now, and it says in this article, we're still waiting on American Samoa. Well, we do have results from America Samoa. Wait, where is it? I gotta find it. This is funny as hell. In fact, because America Samoa was trending this morning, I'm like, why the fuck is America Samoa trending? Well, here's why. Biden loses the America Samoa Democrat caucus in the first defeat of 2024. Now, remember, in what state was it where we got in Michigan, 30% or 100,000 votes went to uncommitted? Well, in America Samoa, he was defeated. Now, I don't even know if America Samoa has any electoral votes. I have no freaking idea. Good morning, Green Badger Outdoors, by the way. President Joe Biden lost the American Samoa Democrat caucus on Super Tuesday, denying the president a complete primary sweep of all states and territories. But there's 11. They have 11 delegates to the Democratic Convention. That's interesting. Biden lost to Democrat Jason Palmer, an entrepreneur and investor who previously worked with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, according to his campaign. According to results provided by the Democratic Party in American Samoa, Jason Palmer has won the American Samoa Democratic Caucus. He got 11 delegates. Palmer reportedly qualified for 16 presidential ballots in states and territories. The campaign said American Samoa is an unincorporated territory of the United States located in the South Pacific Ocean. So it's trendy because apparently he was telling people that he's really popular in on the mainland. And okay, here's the question. Let me put a poll question up here. Before just now, had you heard of Jason Palmer? Anybody before just now heard of Jason Palmer? I certainly haven't. Jason Palmer ruled America Samoa by telling them he's actually really popular over here. Here's Jason Palmer. I've never heard of him. Here he is.
I'm asking for your support and vote and would love to talk to you about why I believe I'm the best candidate for American Samoa, a beautiful and diverse territory that needs much more attention and support from our federal government. You're probably wondering, who is this Jason Palmer? I've never heard of him before. Well, in the mainland, I'm actually very well known.
Are you? Oh my gosh, random dude said he's very well known on the mainland. I guess they don't get MSNBC in American Samoa. So there you go. Okay, Jason Palmer, way to go, dude. All right. Let's see. And as of yesterday, Breitbart News was still saying that Super Tuesday sees growing calls for Nikki Haley to drop out of the race, which she has done. She has suspended her campaign. In fact, I wonder if there's an update on this article. Let's see. Yeah, anyway, so here's just several people tweeting about it. If you want to see that, you can look at that yourself. But here's something that's not necessarily a surprise. This is CNN, had an exit poll among the slim margin of North Carolina Republican voters who approve of Joe Biden as president. 83% support Nikki Haley. So the people who think Biden's just doing a bang-up job, they voted for Nikki Haley in the primary. Now, I wonder, it makes me wonder, did perhaps some of those North Carolina Republican voters, are they crossover votes? Are they people who registered Republican to vote for Joe Biden? Because, that shit was going on in places. In North Carolina, seeing an exit poll on Super Tuesday, 16% of Republican voters approved of Joe Biden as president. And among those, 83% supported Nikki Haley. Now, again, this is an exit poll. Do you think everyone's okay? All right, now we got the answer to this question. That's all I'm going to take for votes. 7% said they knew who Jason Palmer was. we'll be done with that. Let's start a new poll though. For exit polls. Okay, here we go. Do people who answer exit polls tell the wait? It's a good. Should I tell the truth? Do they lie? Do they tell the truth all the time? I'm gonna guess I know the answer to this. Jeff Overturf, how you doing? What's this about here? Someone's a bit on the feminist side. What are you talking about? Dog just found Lindsey Graham brother. Oh yeah, dude, he did look like Lindsey Graham, didn't he? He looked like he could be related. Okay, so anyway, the result underscores Haley's establishment appeal. Among Republican primary voters, both Haley and Biden represent establishment interests. Only 15% of Haley voters disapproved of Biden, while 82% of voters supporting former President Donald Trump, Donald Trump disapproved of Biden. Only 10% of Trump voters approved of Biden as president. That's amazing. I'm surprised it's that high. I'm surprised it's that high. Haley opposes the America First agenda block. Okay, this has got to be an opinion piece. I don't care. All right, moving on. Also trending, Joy Reid is trending now. Well, let's go back to Joy Reid because we did do this. We had this thing about her with the that the Republican voters are voting to get black people out of colleges. That's their motivation. It's all about race. In the primaries, they are voting to get rid of. In fact, I'm pretty sure they want to kill black people. But it's funny because Charlie Kirk disagreed with this. With zero evidence, facts, statistics, bigot Joy Reid says on MSNBC that Republicans are not voting on economics but on race. Now, Charlie Kirk has been a little bit. Well, he's been a little bit interesting lately because he's been pissing off a lot of black conservatives with some of the shit he's saying because he's saying some shit that makes no sense. Some he's really big on this. Oh, the statistics thing, the 13% of commit murders. No, at the 0.5% of that 13%, commit murders. But that statistic, it gets thrown around for the wrong reason. I mean, the only people who should really be concerned about that. Really are black people who realize that what percentage of people are murdered are black people, and the fact that it's one of the leading causes of death of ages 15 to 45 among black people. But we understand that statistic, but the way it gets thrown around is that all black people are criminal, and I don't think that's how a lot of black people hear that. So it's not a great message. You got to learn how to do the message. But anyway. Not relevant, but I want to talk about here's how they talk about Virginia voters, though. This is the one that got me, okay? Because, again, they're on this idea that Republicans are voting because they're racist. They're voting for Republicans. Now again, remember, they're talking about the primaries, right? They're talking about the presidential primaries where Republicans vote for Republicans, except for when Democrats try to muck up the system, and Democrats vote for Democrats. But then they go on to say something as stupid, and I hate to say the word stupid, but it is stupid as this. Listen.
I mean, if you look at some of these exit polls, I live in Virginia. Immigration was the number one issue.
Yeah.
Now, immigration is the number one issue, and Joy Reid is just look at all of their faces. That's so funny. Immigration is the number one issue. Now, I bet you immigration might be one of the big issues if you live in the South Bronx, right? Why would immigration be a big issue in the South Bronx? It's not a border state, or it kind of is, but it's not a border town, right? But that's a big issue in the South Bronx. Immigration is a big issue in Denver. Immigration is a big issue in Chicago. Is a big issue in a lot of these sanctuary cities right now. It's a big issue. But they're mocking people for having immigration be a big issue in Virginia. Well, let me ask you something. How many of you people in Virginia work for the federal government? Do you think it's people who work for the federal government thinks immigration might be a big issue? Listen to what they go on to say, though. I'm gonna start this over because you got to hear this whole thing.
I mean, if you look at some of these exit polls, I mean, I live in Virginia. Immigration was the #1 issue. I mean, again, these
why are they
change
laughing?
In Virginia.
Well, Virginia does have a border with West Virginia.
Oh, that's hilarious, Rachel Maddow. That's Virginia has a border with West Virginia. Oh, so now she's mocking not only the Virginia voters, but she's mocking West Virginians too, right? Because we don't want those West Virginians over here in Virginia because they're all conservatives. So wait a minute. So you don't think, and I'll bet you that immigration is also a big issue for a lot of Democrats too. Don't you think? Do you think it should be? Do you think the people who live in Denver who are Democrats, because most of the people in Denver are Democrats. Colorado Springs is heavily Republican. A couple other city towns in Denver, in Colorado are Republican, but Denver is heavily Democrat, and they're being overrun by what? What is it, class? Illegal border crossing criminals. I'm not even going to call them immigrants anymore because immigrant applies that you did something legally. They didn't do this legally. So I'm going to say illegal border crossers. Denver's full of them. Chicago's full of them. New York City, get a rope, is full of them. Texas is being overrun with them. Most of California is full of them. Do you think that it's an important issue for voters when 10 million in 3 years have crossed the border illegally? But oh, Chuck, just laugh it up there, Rachel. Laugh it up. You know what? I said this morning. I made the point this morning when I was on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. Let me see if I can find what I said. I want to read exactly what I said so I don't confuse myself. I said this morning, I truly want all Democrats and all left-wing pundits like the people on MSNBC and NBC and ABC and CBS and all the left-wing media, I want all of the left-wing media pundits to continue to mock voters who are concerned about the issue of constant flow of unvetted illegal border crossers and the resources that have been allocated to and on behalf of them. I want Democrats and left-wing pundits to continually mock people who are concerned about this. I think it's a great strategy for the Democrats. It's a perfect strategy for the Democrats to mock anyone concerned about that. Keep doing it, please. I absolutely want you to continue to do that because it's going to turn out great. I promise you. That is going to turn out fucking fantastic, okay? Just keep it up, hoes. So anyway, that story showed up in the Daily Wire. Psaki mocks voters worried about illegal immigration. We've already said it, so I don't need to have you show it. But please continue to mock people who are concerned about immigration. So that's why Virginia's trending. That is why Maddow is trending. That's why. Oh, it's not why Musk is trending. Musk is trending because of the other thing. Well, Musk is trending all the time, but here's another. Speaking of which, she also had a little rant about Elon Musk. 10 minutes of MSNBC panel losing it over apparently Donald Trump met with Elon Musk, and so they had a 10-minute rant. And this is strange that they were never bothered when billionaire George Soros poured millions into Joe Biden's and other Democrat campaigns. Donald Trump seeking... Oh, this is a New York Times article. Donald Trump seeking cash infusion meets with Elon Musk. Oh, well. Oh, we're concerned about billionaires. helping in elections. Oh my God, that's terrible. I've never heard of billionaires giving money to politicians ever. That's never happened in the history of history. It's amazing. So anyway, that's what they were bitching about. Let's see. I'm out on American Samoa is trending. I already talked about American Samoa. It's still funny. It's still funny he lost in American Samoa. It just, because there's people all over the internet, especially the Democratic shill people who do their shit all the time, the Krassicines and Brooklyn Dad fuckwad, and you know the all these dummies who are basically who have been to the White House and said, hey, we need a social media presence that is shills for Democrats. All of them were laughing. Oh, Donald Trump underperformed on Super Tuesday. Well, Joe Biden essentially is the only candidate on the Democratic Party. I mean, yeah, you can say that you know, Kennedy Jr. is a candidate, but nobody's you never notice the media never talks about Robert Kennedy Jr. You ever notice that? They talk about Joe Biden like he's God, and they do nothing but lambaste Donald Trump and push Nikki Haley. Well, so much for Nikki Haley. Let's see how Trump performs in the primaries next week, okay? He'll get more than 60 to 80% next week because Nikki Haley's dropping out. So let's see how that works out. She's done campaigning. She's suspending her campaign. Let's compare them now that there's basically a single candidate for the Republicans and there's single candidate for the Democrats, and see how many people come out for those primaries now that the nominees are presumptive. Because Biden has been the presumptive nominee all along, and he loses America Samoa. Now, granted, Trump lost Vermont, but again, Vermont's one of those states where you don't have to register you can vote in either primary. And I'm sure there's an organized campaign in some of these states for Democrats to go vote in the primary for somebody other than the guy with the funny hair. So let's see. Okay, now let's look at a few other things that are trending. Adam Schiff is trending because apparently he has won the Democratic primary for the Senate in California. It looks like he'll be running against Steve Garvey. Michael Tracy, it's so repulsive that Adam Schiff is the likely next senator from California. Proof positive that the best way to advance in California Democratic politics is to be a lying scumbag. Yes, exactly. The self-proclaimed, this is Julie Kelly, the self-proclaimed party of law and order and truth and protecting democracy. Voting for unrepentant liar responsible for perpetrating one of the most destructive frauds on the American people and the presidency. Schiff should be rotting in jail, not winning a Senate seat. Right? Now, interesting enough on this, though, there's an article. Let's see. Here's Breitbart. California primary. Adam Schiff's plan to boost Steve Garvey works as both advance to the general. So, and I don't know why he did this. Because look, in California, the way they do it, they don't have they have primaries, but if two Democrats come in first and second, then they'll have two Democrats on the Senate ballot. They don't go by the party necessarily, and it's a weird way they do things there. But Adam Schiff's strategy was to boost Steve Garvey, the only really strong Republican in the race. Adam Schiff pulled off his audacious primary election plan on Super Tuesday to boost his Republican rival Steve Garvey so both would qualify for the general election, leaving more viable Democratic contenders behind. Under California's jungle primary system, the top two vote recipients in the primary advance to the general election regardless of party. Schiff might have faced a tougher challenge from one of the female Democrats in the race, Representative Katie Porter or Barbara Lee, who are both, oh my God, they're dumb. Hello, now what's in the house? Hello, now what studio, a.k.a. Woo. But Garvey, a former baseball player for the Los Angeles Dodgers, entered the race as a Republican. He provided the perfect foil for Schiff to set up an easier November contest. Well, is it a given? I mean, if I was Steve Garvey, I would have nothing but ads of people looting Walgreens and homeless in San Francisco and Los Angeles and just the price of gas. I would just, all your ads would have to be that price of gas. And Californians, who knows? Maybe Californians would lose their minds and vote for someone else. Anyway, But the problem is Democrats enjoy such a huge registration advantage in the state, nearly 47% Democrat to just 24% Republican, that the GOP has been shut out of statewide office since Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor nearly 15 years ago. So there's a chance, huh? There's a chance. Schiff ran ads in major media markets and on social media platforms that slammed Garvey for his conservative views that achieved two goals. It set Schiff up as the party standard bearer and also excited conservatives about Garvey. It was, in many ways, a dirty, deceptive campaign. Oh, no. Adam Schiff, dirty and deceptive? No. I can't believe that. But in one Facebook ad, for example, Schiff borrowed a headline from Fox News, but attributed it to Breitbart.com, a stronger conservative brand. The ad linked two different Breitbart articles. Schiff and Garvey will compete in two races, a special election to complete the unfinished sixth term of the late Senator Dianne Feinstein, and a regular election to begin the new 6-year term that starts in January. As of Tuesday evening, before the full count of mail-in and dropped-off ballots, Schiff won 33% of the vote, and Garvey won 31% of the vote in the special election, and Schiff won 36%, and Garvey won 29% in the regular election. Porter was a distant third in both races, and Barbara Lee said some stupid shit early on and pretty much knocked herself out of the race. So there you go. That's California. Now let's go to let's see, what's this? Oh, and this is interesting. In North Carolina, Mark Robinson has the chance to become the first black governor of North Carolina. Not that he gives a shit about the accolade. He just wants to be the governor. But Mark Robinson won his primary and is on track to becoming the next governor of North Carolina. Just to give you an idea of what a legend this Robinson dude is. Here's a little, and now if you're not familiar with Mark Robinson, let's listen to a little bit of Mark Robinson, because you're probably not even sure who he is, but I'm familiar. What the hell's going on with my Siri? Shut up. Turn off. There you go. Okay, here's a little bit of Mark Robinson.
Here's something else I'm not supposed to say. Ain't but two genders.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. I'm in trouble for putting that on YouTube.
Two genders.
He's in a black church, too.
Ain't nothing but men and women.
He's going to get in trouble.
And I can already see.
He just lost the University of North Carolina vote.
WRL out there, they licking their pencils around, trying to write fierce as they can. Get every word of this here. Get every word of this. You can go to the doctor and get cut up. You can go down to the dress shop and get made up. You can go down there and get drugged up. But at the end of the day, you were just a drugged up,
tell him,
dressed up,
tell him, brother,
made up,
tell him, brother,
up,
yeah,
man or woman,
yeah.
You ain't changed what God put in you, that DNA.
Yeah.
You can't transcend God's creation. I don't care how hard you try. The transgender movement in this country, if there's a movement in this country that is demonic and that is full of the spirit of Antichrist, it is the transgender movement.
Oh, boy.
It's time for grown-ups and time for Christians to start standing up and being unafraid to tell the truth. Come after me if you want.
By the way, this is the Republican candidate for governor in North Carolina.
I don't care. You want my head? Here it is right here. Come on, come get it. I don't care, because it's time for us to stand up. Now, I'm not afraid to stand up and tell the truth about that issue. They're dragging our kids down into the pit of hell, trying to teach them that mess in our schools. Tell you like this, that ain't got no place at no school. 2 + 2 don't equal transgender. It equals 4. We need to get back to teaching them how to read instead of teaching them how to go to hell.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I said it and I mean it.
Oh, my God. So that is that is the Republican nominee for governor in North Carolina. Mark Robinson won the GOP primary. In the In North Carolina, he's now one step closer to leading the state. That's his famous speech from a couple years ago, talking about transgender, and everyone seems to be putting that speech on the block. Everyone's, as they look at the trending topic, everyone's talking about that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. And now here's something. Now speaking of Rachel Maddow again, here's some bullshit that she's saying, because he's saying that he called here, listen. Mark Robinson should sue MSNBC. He did not call the Holocaust hogwash, nor is he a Holocaust denier. Oh, is that what she said?
When you have to say the Holocaust was real and Hitler was evil, both, in a primary ad, you know that this is not a normal primary year. But Mark Robinson is not a normal primary winner. He will be the Republican nominee for governor in North Carolina. He has, in fact, called the Holocaust hogwash.
Lie.
He says Beyonce is satanic.
Lie.
He says the moon landing in 1969 may have been fake. He says the civil rights movement in the 1960s was, quote, crap, and that Martin Luther King was a communist. He also says there is a secret ruling cabal that is part reptile, meaning part human, part reptile.
Yeah, I'm sure that he was dead serious when he said that. I'm sure he thought that for sure that the people who that he was talking about have some reptile DNA going through their blood and shit. And I'm sure that was exactly. Now, look, I was like, I was listening to that list, and some of it I was like, yeah, and, but not the Holocaust. Obviously, the Holocaust was real, but damn, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? Anyway, so but notice how everyone's putting this clip of him talking about transgender issues on here, and they love it. Let's see. Bo Snerdley. Is there anyone that has an article? Last night, Joy Reid said Republicans vote motivated only by racial animus. Also last night, Republicans nominated Mark Robinson to be the first black governor of North Carolina. There you go. Way to go. Way to go. That's, there you go, Joy Reid. Stick that up your, in between your wig and your actual hair, which is whatever. State of the Union is trending. Apparently, Biden's supposed to be giving the State of the Union sometime in the next 7 months. I don't know. Let's see. Is Cookie Monster going to be mentioned in the State of the Union before the 13 Marines who died in Afghanistan? Okay, listen. This is. She chose this clip. This is Biden complaining about Bidenomics. Just so you can hear this.
But in fact, some of the small snack companies, you won't and think you won't even notice what they're doing. When they charge you just as much for the same size bag of potato chips, only has a hell of a lot fewer chips in it. I'll tell you who did notice, the Cookie Monster.
Oh, did he?
He pointed out his cookies are getting smaller.
Did he now?
Paying the same price. I was stunned when I found out that's what actually happened.
Yeah, so Joe Biden now just confirmed he's still watching Sesame Street, or has reverted back to it. Anyway, a lot of people are asking the State of the Union. Let's see. Last 3 years of Joe Biden can be summed up in one word. Failure. Okay, there you go. Oh, and also we found out that Kyrsten Sinema's not going to run for re-election. I might have said this the other day. She's dropping out of the race. Kyrsten Sinema, independent Arizona, will retire at the end of 2024, clearing the way for a battle between Republican Kari Lake and Democrat Ruben Gallo for Arizona Senate seat. Now, this is it deceptive for her to say this? So if you looked at polling in Arizona, Kari Lake has been leading the polling for the Senate race. Ruben Gallo has been a strong second. And Kyrsten Sinema has been polling a distant third behind both of them because she's an independent now. She's not a Democrat. So she didn't have the Democratic Party behind her. And no more duty boots, go-go boots, whatever she wears. So anyway, Sinema's move is significant, but not unexpected. She raised only $595,000 in the final quarter of 2023, a fraction of the totals that Lake and Gallo have each raised, although Sinema maintains nearly $11 million in her campaign account. In an announcement posted on X, Sinema lamented the constant pull to the extremes by both political parties while echoing her usual themes regarding her desire to seek bipartisan victories. Now, it's interesting if she's complaining about the constant pull of the extremes by the political parties, then why would she drop out? Wouldn't that she be the antidote to the constant extremes of each party? But no, she's going to drop out instead. So what's her solution? Is to drop out? How long is this?
In 2017, I warned.
Don't need to. Anyway, I'll leave a link to her speech on X of why she's dropping out. But she's dropping out because she has no chance to win to win the race. She's a distant third behind these two. But hey, at least we got she did a little McCain. Remember she did a little McCain thing in her go-go boots? Let's remember the most damaging moment in her short Senate career when she helped kill the $15 federal minimum wage. Yeah, because nobody works for minimum wage anyway. But hey, and plus, if you have a $15 minimum wage, how are all those illegal border crossers going to get jobs? They're going to have to all work under the table if you do a $15 minimum wage. So anyway, now let's get into some articles that before we get out of here. Wait a minute, let me check my notifications. I got a shit ton of notifications. What the hell's going on? Let's see. Oh, just more people tweeting out the show. Thank you. Sure You Gospel. Thank you for tweeting out the show, retweeting the show. TC did the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing. Also, TC posted out the Rumble link. I appreciate that. Let's see. These guys already did. I heard all those. Anyone else? Lots of notifications. So thank you everyone who does that. I appreciate it. Remember, the show is sponsored by you. PDogNight.live for super chats or YouTube or Rumble rants or whatever you guys do. Thank you for doing that. Moving on. Now, there's a few articles that I have here. The dirty little secret of the 2024 campaign. This is in PJ Media. This week, new polling showed that what Democrats have long feared. Donald Trump is now in commanding position to defeat Joe Biden and win re-election in 2024. According to the latest New York Times Siena poll, Trump is up 48-43 over Biden. And what's more, Biden is actually underwater among Hispanics. Now, go figure. The racist Trump, the brown people that Joy Reid says that Republicans are voting against. Oh, wait a minute. He's underwater with Hispanics who also see immigration as probably a big issue. And he owns just 2/3 of the black vote. He might get a third of the black vote, might go to Trump, and has cratered among independents. According to Real Clear Politics polling average, Trump now leads in every swing state but Pennsylvania and is within the margin of error there too. Nationally, Trump has not trailed Biden since September of 2023. Now, we all know what's going wrong for Biden. He's widely perceived as too old to be running again. Americans are unhappy with the economy, deeply enraged over border policy, and alarmed by the brush fires around the world, figuratively, obviously. Biden came into office promising normalcy, and he has instead delivered chaos. That is spot on. But also, here's the dirty little secret that they're talking about, though. Donald Trump, despite his brazen bravado, huffing and puffing that Donald Trump is, that we all know, because I love to say, Donald Trump is a jackass, but I want the jackass back in office. The dirty little secret is Donald Trump is actually the moderate in this race. Now, why is that? Because remember how Joe Biden, when he was in the Senate, he was considered a moderate of some sorts, right? He was considered it was almost considered a blue dog Democrat, right? Remember that? But, and I'm not reading the article. I just know they're saying that on every issue, Trump is closer to the median voter than Biden. And Joe Biden, you know how I like to do this thing? The marionette strings. Because every one of his advisors, his entire staff that actually runs the country, and he just reads the teleprompter and the note cards they give him, they're all radical left. They're nuts. And he's reading the note cards, and I'm sure sometimes you read some of these teleprompter note cards, and he reads it and he goes, what? Am I supposed to say that? Because he doesn't believe the shit he's talking about. On nearly every issue, Trump is closer to the median voter than Biden. Biden won the Democratic primaries over Senator Bernie Sanders in 2020 because voters thought he would tack towards the center, away from the insanity of the squad in Congress. Borderline psychotics like Representative Cori Bush, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Taliban, and Ilhan Omar. Instead, he entered office believing that he had a mandate for transformation. Yeah, he's the Obama puppet. I'm almost convinced Obama's really running the country. So he believed he had a mandate for transformation, and that he could become our age's FDR or Lyndon Baines Johnson. And so Biden abandoned the middle. And median voters are now abandoning Biden. As election analyst Nate Silver rightly observes, the New York Times poll shows that only 83% of voters who say they chose Biden in 2020 plan to vote for him this year. He's 17% of those 80 million votes. The 80 million votes he got in 2020, all 80 million. Whereas 97% who voted for Trump plan to vote for Trump again. These are swing voters, in other words, people who are explicitly stating to pollsters that they are switching their vote from 2020. There are substantial numbers of them because the legacy media are monolithically radical on matters of politics. They keep encouraging Biden to double down on the left-wing base, hoping that by steering toward the radicals, he can boost voter turnout. But that strategy is leaving independent voters behind. And the radical left that he's touting are all pissed off at him because of Palestine, because of Israel and Palestine. So Biden's in trouble. Plus, Trump is winning over more and more vote switchers. That's because his positions are moderate. On abortion, for example, he may support a federal 16-week ban. By polling data, 48% of Americans support such a ban, compared with 36% who oppose such a ban. More than 24% of Americans. I don't even want abortion in national politics, to be honest with you. I reluctantly agree that it should be legal, but it needs to be somehow limited severely because it's, if you think about it, it's barbaric to end a human life. And regardless of what stage of human life, you're ending a developing human life. But I reluctantly say it needs to be legal just for safeguards for people who are doing it. But God, it's just over. It's, basically Margaret Sanger wanted to kill black people. So, this poll's over. I can end that one. No, they do not tell the truth all the time. Exit polls. All right. But for some reason, Biden has his team. Oh, I missed this part. Also, on immigration, Biden is underwater by over 20 points. On inflation and spending, America's favor lower inflation and lower spending, both propositions that cut against Biden's preferred policies. On national security, Americans broadly favor Israel over Hamas, and yet Biden's administration has steered toward the pro-Hamas voters in Dearborn, Michigan. Yes, he's one state, and there you go. Hello, Gun Fox. How you doing, brother? For some reason, Biden and his team think that their echo chamber strategy, shouting insurrection over and over, will demonizing their political opposition as insurrectionists and traitors, is likely to jog enough base turnout to overcome their loss of the middle. But that's a chimerical. What's a chimerical? I should look that up. I don't know what that word means. Proposition. Biden, in other words, has been suckered by the very people who want him to win most, the radicals in the media who keep ramming him toward the far left, even as he falls further and further behind in the polling. So that's a great article. That'll be in the links. All right, let's go through headlines. I got to get out of here soon, so let's just finish up here. Apparently, Biden's new campaign strategy to counter this, though, is to make Trump go haywire. President Joe Biden is pushing for a new campaign strategy he believes will make former President Donald Trump, the likely nominee, go haywire in public, according to Axios. Rather than focusing on the economy and jobs reports, Biden reportedly believes that if he repeatedly and publicly taunts Trump, the former president will lose his composure, an aide told Axios. Ahead of the 2024 election, sources tell Axios that behind the strategy, the president is reportedly looking for a fight. But when Biden does this, Joe Biden is not Donald Trump. Donald Trump can continually fuck with people, and it's part of his brand. Joe Biden trying to fuck with people looks like Grandpa Simpson trying to fuck with people. What's that? What was I saying? It doesn't work, but he's going to try it. He's going to try it. The president has previously taken Trump shots at Trump, warning that his return to the White House would be a threat to democracy. Yeah, I'm always curious about the threat to democracy thing. Like, they keep saying that if Trump is elected, that will be the end of democracy. How so? How exactly would that happen? Do you think the military would, like, they think, oh, it's because Trump's the commander in chief, the military is gonna follow him at the end of his second term and try to take over the country? Anyone believe that? Do you think the checks and balances that we have in this country can overcome the possibility of Trump trying to stay in office longer than his second term? Do you think he really wants to be in the office for more than his second term? I don't. I don't know. It's just odd to me that people keep saying that bullshit. Anyway, in Breitbart, Michelle Obama has addressed the call for the 2024 presidential run. And in the immortal words of Milton Berle, the famous comedian, Michelle Obama, quoting Milton Berle about being a possible presidential candidate to replace Biden, she said, "Fuck no." She ain't interested. Okay, so she made it perfectly clear that she has no interest in being the Democratic nominee. So a lot of people are, crying in their Cheerios this morning that she refuses to do that. PJ Media. Now, Hillary Clinton has jumped in to, at least with her mouth. Ew. Twice failed Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton says it's time to move on from Biden's age. I wonder if they would try to recruit Hillary, because I know nobody wants Kamala Harris for president. But do you think they would try to get Hillary to run against Trump again? That would be awesome. I think it'd be fucking hilarious. But it ain't going to happen. It'd be way funnier than him running against Biden. Biden is just like, ugh. But anyway, twice failed Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is once again attempting to claw her way into the spotlight and find some scrap of relevance. This time, she's telling voters they need to accept the reality that President Joe Biden is really old and then focus their attention on defeating former President Donald Trump. Yeah, I'm excited to hear anything Hillary Clinton has to add to the conversation. Okay, there we go. In Daily Caller, Sunny Hostin, the brilliant attorney on The View, hints that Democrats may have their own January 6th up their sleeve if Trump wins. Oh, shocker. Shocker. You think? Gee, I wonder if January 20th, 2017 is any indication of how Democrats will act on Inauguration Day. Anyone remember that? Holy shit, The View co-host Sunny Hostin hinted that Democrats may keep former President Donald Trump out of office if he wins the 2024 presidential election. Hostin argued that Democrats in Congress have the power to invoke Section 3 of the 14th Amendment on Trump, which states no person can hold office if they engage in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given the aid and comfort to enemies thereof. Well, yeah, good luck with that. See, the thing is, they're going to lose at least 4 Senate seats, I think, this will go around. I think it's going to flip to Republicans, regardless of what happens in the House. And I don't think that's going to happen, Sonny. But anyway, Hostin argues Democrats in Congress, I just said that, have the power to invoke the 14th Amendment. The Supreme Court yesterday said that's what's going to matter for an insurrectionist is that Congress has to pass legislation. Do these motherfuckers don't know that Congress already passed legislation related to the 14th Amendment of the Constitution? It's U.S. Code 18, Criminal Code 2383. They already did it. How do they not fucking know this? They keep saying, oh, well, they said Congress has to pass legislation. No, Congress enforces it through legislation. The legislation already exists, and the courts could, if dickhead, what's his name, snot-nosed Jack Smith wanted to, he could charge Trump under Criminal Code 18 U.S.C. 2383. He has not done that because he realizes if he tries to do that, the definitions of incite and insurrection will come into play, and then you'll realize all these dumbasses have been using the words incorrectly when it comes to the law. That's why he's not charging Trump with it. It's too easy to lose. And he doesn't like to lose, even though he's probably going to lose on a lot of this other shit too. Jesus, F and F. So anyway, yeah, because we talked about that. Some of the Democrats are already huffing and puffing. Well, if Trump wins, we're gonna make sure he doesn't sit in office. Oh, fuck yourself. In human events, apparently Doritos has fired. We talked about this jackhole yesterday. They have fired the trans ambassador after pedo post resurfaces. So a lot of people were posting a lot of his pedophile posts. This Doritos spokesman. Remember we said they were going to boycott Doritos, and I'm like, well, I don't think I use a single product from PepsiCo or Frito-Lay anyway. So Doritos has fired the trans-identified male who goes by Samantha Hudson, whom they had hired to be an ambassador in Spain after past social media posts were uncovered of Hudson supporting and encouraging pedophilia and mocking rape victims. So good. Fuck that guy. FTG on a Wednesday. Daily Wire, the North Face may be the next to be boycotted. So the North Face, they make outdoor gear and coats and stuff for if you're going to be an outdoor outfitter type of place. They are offering customers a 20% discount if they complete and pass a diversity, equity, and inclusion course. The company launched the course. Oh, I should take this. Is it online? I want to see this. It's online. Oh, we should. I might have to take this course. The company launched the course titled Allyship in the Outdoors. Yes, it would be people against the bears. There you go. Allyship in the Outdoors to teach customers about racial disparities in outdoor activities. Oh my God. This is something Gunfox would send me. Gunfox! This is the kind of shit you would send me. Racial disparities in outdoor activities. You mean because there's people who like to do outdoor shit and some don't and some do? And God, if you watch a Nissan commercial about like an SUV or whatever, or have you noticed, like, because I see these commercials because everyone in commercials are black, right? And I always kind of chuckle because me and my wife, who's not of melanated variety, we do outdoor activities. We and not so much hiking, but we go to state parks and we go to see waterfalls and shit. So I guess that is outdoor hiking kind of activity. But anyway, we don't see a whole lot of brothers out there, but occasionally we do. We see, a brother and his family and some little black kids walking around. And we're like, oh, cool. There's some black people out here too, because sometimes we'll be out in some state park, and I'm like, oh, this is not a very popular place for the brothers, but you'll see some, and especially like when we went up to the Mississippi headwaters, there's a bunch of black people there. Like, they thought it was cool too. So I don't know what the disparities in outdoor activities are, not because somebody's saying, hey, you black people, you're not allowed here. We got some signs. This state park is only for white people, and this state park, this trail is only for black people, because you can go on this trail, but it's a little bit rocky and there's a cliff, but it's for black people. And then the white people can go on this trail that kind of has like hand railings and steps and everything, but y'all got to go over there. That doesn't happen. So what the fuck is North Face doing? I'm going to take that quiz just because they put it out there. I got to see this shit. Here it is. The North Face Allyship in the Outdoors, a digital course about racial inclusion and allyship created by the North Face. In fact, maybe we'll do this tomorrow. This will be our show tomorrow. Should we do this? Okay. Here we go. Here's a poll. I'm going to do this. Should we take, let's see. Should I take the course live on the show tomorrow? Okay, should I do this course live on the show tomorrow? I should do it. We should do it twice, actually, though. We'll do it once with real answers and then one with fake answers. They carry black swimwear, too. Oh, yes, I swim. I went all the way through junior lifeguard. Nelson. Horatio Nelson's in the house. Nice to see you, brother. Yeah, I went all the way up. I took swimming all the way up through junior lifeguard. I didn't finish the lifeguard courses, but I finished all the way through junior lifeguard. I can swim pretty damn good. I have a pool. I have to swim in it. Okay. Anyway. All right. Biden slams America's conduct during World War II in an attempt to criticize Israel. Oh, this is, they like to say that Donald Trump is very anti-military, which is kind of stupid. He's said mean things about certain military people, but he's not anti-military, right? So anyway, what the hell? Oh, I never did pin this today, did I? There. Okay, we do. I think we will do that tomorrow. Most of you would like to see to do it. Let's do it. Okay. Biden attempts slams the America. Okay, here it is. President Joe Biden slammed America's conduct during the Second World War in a conversation with Israel's war cabinet, arguing that the Allied bombings of Nazi Germany led to the United Nations and all these rules that preclude the use of such tactics today. Wow. Hey, is that the Snarky? You are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day with a big 357. You know what a 357 is, don't you? Zed says, use this to start a booze budget after you take that test tomorrow. I have a feeling you'll need it. Oh, yeah. If you want to contribute to the booze budget, there's where is it? It's over there somewhere. pdognight.live. It's right there. Anyway, in an interview with New Yorker's Evan Osnos, Biden criticized the Jewish state leader, saying they have been consumed with rage in their war against Hamas and have lost the moral high ground. Biden went on to detail the conversation he had with members of Israel's war cabinet who defended the war in Gaza by noting that America had carpet bombed Germany in the Second World War. Biden responded by suggesting America should not have done so. So they should have not have carpet bombed Dresden. He's criticized. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So Biden sympathizing with the Nazis. That's what the headline should be. Biden sympathizes with Nazis. Americans were too mean in World War II. In the Daily Caller, CNN expert blasts Democrats for trying to ban Trump from the ballot. Doomed to fail will fuel Trump to the White House. CNN senior legal analyst and New York Magazine columnist Eli Honig blasted Democrats for trying to remove former President Donald Trump from the ballot, saying the efforts was doomed to fail from the start and it will only help him going forward. The Supreme Court issued a ruling Monday that determined the state of Colorado cannot remove President from the ballot, blah, blah, blah. Here's what he said. Wait, is there a link? There's a video link? There's not. He said, you'll be forgiven if you expected a different result. After all, we've endured months of cocksure guarantees from leading constitutional scholars that Colorado's application of the 14th Amendment against Donald Trump was legally unassailable in every single respect. Yes, thank you, Lawrence Tribe and Judge Ludwig, with your bullshit amicus brief. This from a retired judge, that's Ludwig, who assured us not to worry because I've been studying this specific question in great detail for the past 3 years. Oh, yippee skippy. So I consider myself personally an expert on the question. Other thought leaders offered up an amen chorus disparaging any argument that the 14th Amendment might not work as extremely weak and just complete nonsense. Turns out you can't bludgeon the Constitution into the ground with hyperbolic conclusionary rhetoric. Yeah, congratulations to that particular Democratic strategist who said, he's not a Democratic strategist, but he's a Democrat. PJ Media is the dumbest rant to the Supreme Court decision in the Trump ballot case goes to Nicole Wallace. Did I have time for this?
The very same day that
Tell you what, let's finish this. We'll finish with this. Let's go here. Now, by the way, some Democrats are saying that the Supreme Court are interfering in the election because of this decision, a 9-0 decision. And they're saying that The Supreme Court has failed. The Supreme Court is interfering in the election. Oh, the salt is flowing. We already talked about Biden's flights of 320,000 illegal aliens into the U.S. We talked about that yesterday. Thank you, Gun Fox. Apparently now, too, in some places, California lawmakers are proposing to expanding the state's zero-down home loan program to illegal aliens. Yes, they're they are. The proposal, Assembly Bill 1840, comes as the state grapples with a sharp imbalance in housing supply and demand, currently ranking the 49th in the country for housing units per resident. Senator Brian Dahl slammed the bill, voicing concerns for U.S. citizens left behind in the housing market. Assembly Bill 1840 is an insult to California citizens who are left behind, blah, blah, blah. The bill seeks to expand access to California's Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loans program to illegal aliens. Launched in 2023 with the initial fund of $300 million to help first-time homebuyers, it depleted its fund in 11 days. And now they're going to try to set it up for illegal aliens. You can't make this shit up. Legal insurrection. Non-sanctuary city Aurora, Colorado rejects illegal immigrants from Denver. They were going to try to send illegal immigrants to Denver, and the city of Aurora said, "Stop in the name of love. You keep them people there. Stop, motherfuckers. Don't send those people here. Think it over." Okay, that wasn't what they said, but, you know, it's kind of like that. Oh, there's a couple others. I'm gonna just let it go because I want to see this Nicole Wallace thing here. Where is it, Nicole Wallace? Here we go. The dumbest rant regarding the Supreme Court thingamabobber.
Disgraced ex-president was supposed to go on trial in a federal courthouse for
Oh,
his
wait.
efforts to end democracy as we know it.
It's efforts to end
Federal
democracy.
January 6th insurrection.
Insurrection.
The highest court in the land today kept him on the ballot in a ruling that dodges the facts of January 6th and Trump's role in it.
Dodges the
But
facts.
instead, the Supreme Court handed Trump a second gift in as many weeks on a constitutional technicality.
Technicality.
In an
Oh, it's a
unsigned opinion, the
technicality
justices
that
say
Congress
states do
is.
not
It's a technicality that the states don't have jurisdiction on this particular matter.
have the power to bar candidates from running for federal office. They say this, quote, because the Constitution makes Congress rather than the states responsible for
Makes
enforcing
sense.
Section 3 against
Makes
federal
sense. It
office
says that
holders and
explicitly.
candidates, we reverse. They're referring to the decision by the Colorado State Supreme Court. Now, that court found that Trump did engage in insurrection
They
by
had
trying
no
to overturn
jurisdiction
the will
to
of
say
the
that.
voters by any means possible, including violence, and that Section 3 of the
Lie.
14th Amendment does, in fact, apply to the presidency. Now, the Supreme
that's
Court's
not there to
decision today
determine.
does not touch on either the question of whether Trump is or is not an insurrectionist or whether the text of Section 3 applies
Because
to him.
it's not their jurisdiction.
Instead, it says
And that
on-
wasn't the question on the court's docket. The question was whether or not Colorado had the power to do this, which they did not.
Congress has the power to do anything. or to
True,
enforce
explicitly
the
says
14th
that in
Amendment.
Section 5.
And as Colorado Secretary of State Jenna Griswold points out
Don't
in her
care, she
reaction
was
to
wrong.
today's ruling, quote, if we had a functioning Congress, we would not be in the situation we're in today.
There's already a
with
law in the
American
books that Congress
democracy.
passed in
In a
1870
separate
and
opinion,
revised in
the three liberal
1949.
justices blasted the majority on the Supreme Court
blasted.
for
You mean
closing the door on
disagreed?
the possibility of federal courts disqualifying Trump or any other
No, they did it
candidate who would
because the
engage
Congress
in an
wrote.
insurrection.
No, they did it because Congress wrote the law in 1870. It was revised in 1949 the last time. That puts it in the courts should that come up. So Congress did their job.
In this quote, Section 3 serves an important though rarely needed role in our democracy. The American people have the power to vote for and elect candidates for national office, and that is a great and a glorious thing. The men who drafted and ratified the 14th Amendment, however, had witnessed an insurrection and rebellion to defend slavery.
Yes, see, there was a war that Donald Trump led the charge on Congress while he was still he led a war on the United States government while he was the president of the United States government. Yes, that was an insurrection.
They wanted to ensure that those who had participated in the insurrection and in possible future
He
insurrections
participated in an insurrection against himself.
could not return to prominent roles.
Yes.
Today, the majority goes beyond the necessities of this case to limit
Doesn't matter.
how
That's-
Section 3 can bar an oath-breaking insurrectionist from becoming the president.
Yes.
Although
I knew she'd see. That's why they put this language in there, so that MSNBC would repeat it. That's why they put this language in there. Here's the problem, though. How do you have an insurrection against yourself? You're the president of the United States. Are you you're still the president, right?
We agree that Colorado cannot enforce Section 3. We protest the majority's effort to use this case to define the limits of federal enforcement of that provision.
But Congress wrote the law, and so there is no limit to federal enforcement because it's a federal law. They wrote the law, dumb shit. Okay, I'm talking to the liberal justices, but whatever.
That's where we start today with some of our most favorite experts and friends.
Our most favorite experts.
Investigator for the January 6th Select Committee.
Okay, not going that far. That's all. That's as far as I'm gonna go. But anyway, you can watch the rest on your own. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I will be back tomorrow, like I am Monday through Friday, around 10 o'clock Eastern, usually a little bit after because I get home from work late. But, oh my gosh, 33 people, 30 likes. If you could get 3 more likes on YouTube, that would at least be 100%. And also, thank you, those of you on Rumble, to hit the like button over there, too. Share the stream. 16 people still watching. I don't know who you are. I've seen 4 or 5 names, but hey, that's okay. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Share the stream. Do the thing. Go to pdognight.live. You can make a donation and or super chat there. Super chats with the full array of number of characters you can use no matter what you donate. So thank you for our superstar sponsor of the day, Zed the Snarky. As we leave, share the stream. I'm going to drop these links in the chat and in the description. I hope you all have a wonderful day. My name is P Dog Night. And I'm out of here. Have a fantastic fucking day. Go. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thanks for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Night, and I'm out of here.